The only loss they picked up was the Virtus Pro, but it wasn't overtime. And VP are one of the hardest teams to play on Inferno. So let's see how things play out here as we get underway in towards our first series of the day on the B stream. It's Boss taking on FlyQuest. Inferno is our canvas for this beautiful display at Counter-Strike. And what can Boss do? We still keep a keen eye on this side because they definitely came into towards this tournament, into towards this group. It's one of the lowest rated, and well, so far, they really impressed us yesterday, so hoping this is a story of things to come.
Party takes that first exchange. A little bit of damage traded, but ultimately nothing coming. It's a dry run out of the balcony. Cryptic, oh my lord. Starts off so explosively to find himself that double kill. But just the fact that he's able to stay alive means that they can trade things out and, yeah, deny even a bomb plant there. Boss, I wouldn't say they were necessarily ready for it, but a wild attempt from FlyQuest goes south.
Yeah, trying to pop through, coming, and it does not work again, right? Cryptic, fair play. This is a guy who is really sort of coming to his own on LAN. I mean, some of these shots are beautiful. Doesn't catch the guy dropping, but job was basically done at that point anyway. Had halted them, stopped them in that push. FlyQuest are going to go for a buy, though, coming back through. So we see a few Tech 9s, double deagle, Dexter and Ins. Of course, the big guy that we're looking towards on the side of FlyQuest is Ins. Big Josh Potter, without a shadow of a doubt. This is somebody for me who is unbelievably talented, has been for a while. Really does put up some big performances when he's called upon. Dexter really seems to have found his own as well in towards this FlyQuest team. It was kind of the question marks. Post Fnatic, where's he going to go? It obviously didn't work out there for him. He really did struggle to kind of make that team sing in any sort of fashion. But yeah, man, it has to be said, he's really looked comfortable since coming back, you know, to his national team and making something of this. We'll see. A few pistols. A very slow round here as well by FlyQuest. They're just poking and prodding. They're not committed to a push just yet, but it looks like that bomb wants to head towards A.
Burst over here. Ooh, the flash not quite on the mark, but, you know, the second one's good enough. First kill does come round for Boss. Tech 9, so closing the gap can be deadly here. Trade out, it's Freshy in at pit that they've got to worry about for me. Also, of course, the banana push that no one had really accounted for. Boss will see off that force buy, making it look easy, denying another bomb plant. So really keen start here from the American side.
Yeah, that's good, man. This is good. They're not taking too many casualties. They're making some of these rounds actually just look very easy. I think one thing that really does cost them, that opening MP9 kill that comes through, the first flash obviously didn't hit, and they swung expecting it to pop, and it didn't. So that missed bit of util there from Alistair does actually basically immediately halt FlyQuest in that one. So force buy goes south. Right idea here by PwnAlone. Do you want to overfight? Well, he doesn't care. Takes the first with ease, sticking around as well as Darty. Going to support with the MP9. Ins will make his way in towards apartment, but look at this from Fang. Going to hear so much information. Knows Dexter's in through ramp. Has pushed already, and that's the bomb. Vex out of 4. Another will drop with him. A trade comes through, but it's only momentarily.
Looking good. Looking very good. Boss 3 in a row. No real sweat off the brow. I think they've lost one player in every round. No more than that. Really great here. We got the notes out. So it's getting serious in here. And they're looking quite warm already, I think, which is a bit worrying. FlyQuest going to have to at least make this competitive.
Yeah, first gun round out of the FlyQuest side. It's one that absolutely has to start to find a bit of form. So far, so good from Boss. This has been, honestly, a joy to watch this early stage. Smoke will come early. In setting up for the U-turn, though, this hits both left and right side of those cubbies. Once that Molotov comes down, there's a lineup for it just on the side there. He's actually going to hold it for a little bit. Knows that with the smoke, he basically can't swing to confirm the kill. At least when the smoke dissipates, he can try and guarantee one. 1 minute 15, though. FlyQuest are going to pump the brakes once again. Real information gained, bar basically that there's somebody deep towards Banana. Another smoke to meet them will once again just halt these ideas towards B.
Liazz creep in here in Boiler. There's a two-man setup, got to be very careful. Flash comes in. It's a little ineffective, but it's well played here by the T side. Oh my god, all three go down there on A. That'll be the round, especially with that kill. Darty probably just save here. I mean, what else can you do? To be honest, FlyQuest have railed them at middle. That was so well played.
Darty. Last man standing. The save call is basically all he's got in the locker. Gonna make a little move here. He's starting to be flanked upon. Might have just hit the net, but never gonna escape here. Dexter, we'll see him off. Great round on a FlyQuest. This is how FlyQuest should be playing in towards these gun rounds. They've got to come in, take confidence. And honestly, you know, credit to them, they don't really rush things right at the start. They're waiting, biding their time for Boss to burn a lot of their util, and that's exactly what happens. It's a really solid round out from the Aussies. So first on the board. But of course, that was a bonus round for Boss, right? So we're not going to read too much into that one specifically. This is the one that's going to make kind of the most notable difference, right? We've got an AWP in play for PwnAlone. M4's across the board, bar Fang on the MP9. She'll be over towards that B site. Probably the best place for it. The big thing is, can PwnAlone, can he get going once again? He had a really decent game at times against Big. Since FlyQuest don't have an AWP themselves, Alistair yet to get a kill, yet to pull one out, so he has the advantage at range.
Pick up, PwnAlone. Kicks off the round for Boss. Deep banana control coming in. FlyQuest not really got an answer to that first kill. Nades on the corner, don't find anything. So where do we go from here? Very, very slow roll here. Boss trying to be careful with the rotational play, but keeping FlyQuest at bay. Not really seeing anything out from them. A slow contact into this B-bomb site. Oh, PwnAlone. Maybe had a chance at that. A little panicked on it. Meanwhile, boost up at the back end of the site. Molly comes in. That'll force them out into the open. This could get problematic. Ins holding. Knows there's potentially a second. PwnAlone goes down to the nade. Cryptic hidden away, but they are not planting that bomb just yet. He is holding for time. Got to try and stay alive. Flash comes over the top. He's not going to move. Really trying to sell that there ain't nobody in this smoke, but when it goes down, Ins, he knew what was up. FlyQuest just picking them apart.
Yeah, and it has to be said, another thing, right, where just like that round prior on the bonus, now on the full buy, so clean from FlyQuest. Only the one casualty, played to perfection. You know, they lose the initial fight as Vexite falls to the AWP, and then they very quickly gain control of that round and make it stick. Yeah, super solid stuff, right? Really nice B-take coming through. In just had his number of Cryptic back sight, and before you know it, everybody stepping up for a killer piece. Really good work. FlyQuest now have caught a, you know, forced Boss take a little bit of a breather here below a bite. 5 stack, making their way through apartments. I do quite like this, actually. Just a bit of a train moving through the A-apps. Vexite, gonna be tested. Vexite loses the first. Oh my god, the pistols are causing problems. Causing a lot of problems. Smoke will come down up in time, but too little too late. Dexter, how is he still alive? He's not for much longer. It's 2v4. The full pistols might be about to steal.
I don't believe it.
Go B, lads. You've seen like 4 out of 5.
Yeah,
worst case scenario, there's one lurking B side. Just get a bomb down at the very least.
Might be able to get it if they can reset the round. Might even make a decision for Boss. You know, you got 3 AKs rolling in.
Yeah. I mean, can they go for this, right?
Sure, you've got to.
Surely.
Right? 4v2, you're going to buy in the next anyway. AKs are nice. One taps are nice, but you have a decent chance here. The annoying thing is they all come from CT. It's smoked off for now. They're lacking information. They do have a molly for the new box. Alistair forced out into the open. Not much that you can do about that. PwnAlone, crispy with it. 4 now for Ins. You've sung his praises. Let's see what he's got. Oh my god. Okay, triple peaked. No one's winning that fight. And a huge, huge steal.
Do you know what? The thing that lets FlyQuest down there is actually, you know, the first two, first guy, right? You die, you know, is what it is. I think it was Vexite right in saying first one to fall. Fair enough, he just gets caught off guard. He's maybe expecting somebody to drop out of Bauk, which, you know, he was technically spot on with, but he gets overwhelmed. Fair enough. But then the next two, you've got Liazz and then you've got Dexter over-facing. When you're being kind of suffocated in that sort of second mid position like that, don't stick around. Don't give him the opportunities. It's just not worth it. And yeah, for FlyQuest, that's, you know, it's a tough one to lose, but it's not the end of the world that they do. Both sides have money to buy back in, so it is what it is. FlyQuest will get an AWP in play as well. We've got an interesting conversation I've seen coming off. Fang taking so much damage to the molly there. I'll pause my point as this fight might be happening momentarily. The Nate could do a lot of damage. Fang, they just avoid him as he's tucked half wall. Lucky man, still be alive. Nate'll be responded by Cryptic. He does take a decent tag himself. So usual damage off the rip is good towards B. Going back to what I was saying, as things go a little bit quieter, there's been an interesting conversation. People talking about how FlyQuest find upgrades, and one of the big ones being the AWP. Well, there he is. He'll pop up for one. He'll find Darty. So maybe those conversations were for nothing.
Yeah, it's perfectly timed. It all comes together nicely. Save for boss. So not much that I can add to the round in terms of commentary. It's over in after that one kill, to be honest.
How about the conversation?
AWPers.
This has been a conversation that a lot of people have spoken about. I've seen it online. I've seen obviously some of the Aussie boys. I know shout out one time my goats, the Aussie fans. You know, we've got obviously I watched the Elfish podcast the other day. Great work. Definitely, if you're a fan of Aussie Counter-Strike, go and watch it. They had the whole gang on there as well. We had, of course,
Geographically challenged.
Is that Modo was on there. Pilski, geographically challenged. Yeah, some of the boys were out doing ESL Challenge in Melbourne.
Hotel room. I think
they're out there. But no,
sharing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what? Honestly, I think it was quite a good vibe. It seems. But yeah, no, very, very much. If you're a fan of Aussie Counter-Strike, definitely worth checking that one out. But yeah, the Aussie boys, they did good work. I think it was, I've been right in saying it was, yeah, it was Conky, Komodo, Mac, Pilski, Elfish. I can't remember who else was on there. I feel like I'm kind of nailing all of them. But yeah, they were speaking about it, and they were talking about how, you know, realistically, if FlyQuest wanted to make an upgrade, probably the first place they'd look would potentially be an AWPer. But the real conversation is who, right? There's no domestic AWPers from Aussie that is on upgrade over Alistair. There is no one you can improve. I guess it's sort of a similar instance that we see in a couple of kind of the Asian teams as well. It's like, where do you improve? Like, you know, for the Mongols, it's quite difficult for them to improve. There is bits of talent, but they're not on the same level as the Mongols, for example. So yeah, where do you improve? And I think Australia has the same issue. Maybe in a similar way to like Guild Eagles, for example, right? That's a team that needs changes, but they can't, right? Because there's just, it's a very small pool. And if you're looking international, it's very difficult, I think, to convince an international AWPer to go over to Australia. It's, you know, obviously, yes, you get guaranteed spots with FlyQuest, or more or less guaranteed spots, but, you know, the level of practice and the level of domestic competition obviously is so different to what he's
absolutely. Keep the conversation going. Hopefully, Alistair can just, you know, shut us up, mate. Take over the game.
Yeah, mate, please.
Oh, yeah, goes down. Sticking around a bit too long, considering the HP there. And, of course, it is a rougher buy here from Boss. Darty's around on the rotation. Probably going to try and boost a player up. Timing could be pretty good on this. I don't think they're ready for it at all. Freshie, okay, not going to make it up. A little awkward, to be honest. I honestly think he could have come away with a kill or two. They really did not bank on that, but you know how it is. These CS2 smokes, maybe he just felt it was a bit too perfect. Either way, they're going to move to save it. FlyQuest rolling up to 4, which is a really, really big deal here, folks. You know, they lost out to the Pistols. It could have been Boss taking over this first half, but FlyQuest have responded really well, not let it get to them.
Honestly, it was good work. Double MP9. Gonna try and get something maybe on the tail end. If you get an upgrade, pick up like an AK, you'll take it all day, but I mean, at least they're having a little look around there, FlyQuest on the hunt. They have money to spare as well, so it's not the worst decision in the world. Dexter. King offering. Molotov might force Darty out. Unto his demise. MP9 to get one, so they have dropped over an AK to be scooped up. There was a second, but not recovered. I don't hate the hunt call, though. They know that, you know, for Boss, money's in a little bit of a precarious spot generally. to worthwhile, right? Just try and see if you can put even more pressure on. And so far, FlyQuest are doing exactly that. A little bit of a slower start off the back of the pistol. And in credit to them, Boss's pistol was actually really good yesterday as well against Big. But since then, it's the gun rounds. And we spoke about this as a real conversation as to why Big did end up winning out the series. It's all well and good that Boss, you know, they can find these pistol rounds, they can find the force buys, but actually gun rounds at times do let them down. And it is sort of what we're seeing right now. Darty up close with a USPS, not expecting a lot. Shoulder spotted. Look at a dink. Vexi to see him off. One round the corner. Freshy's barrel might have been spotted, but Vexi isn't trained on the angle. They're not looking this way. And Freshy playing trigger discipline. This is beautiful. Spots one. Double stack for two. That is a lovely 180.
Meanwhile, over on B is where FlyQuest are going to try and get that bomb down. Bang on the P250. Surely not much that he can do. Yeah, the flash blinds him up. Nade goes in here for the AK, but they are ready. I think it's become an instinct now. Maybe for a bit there was catching players off. You know, nade would go down, smoke gets blown, and they're a bit like, what the heck is happening? But as soon as you hear that nade hit the ground, like close to you, I think a lot more players are like, oh, someone's trying to burst through the smoke. You see them all spin around there, ready for a fight. He will take his AK into the next. He's also got himself a kit and a smoke, you know. He's doing well. He's doing well in life, mate, to be fair.
Decent loadout. Yeah. Oh, on a molly. There we go. He's farming. He's collecting. Maybe another kill. Oh, he might have been spotted there, actually. I feel like In's got the right idea. Yeah, In's is trained. He knows. I'm pretty sure he spotted the gun barrel, maybe. Might have been her jumping up. In's now tagged, but still alive. Close that door, fella. Yeah, and he will. He'll just about get it down. And he will keep the AK alive. Good rounds on FlyQuest, though. Really, really solid Counter-Strike being played here. They're not feeling that much pressure, you can see. In the bulk of these gun rounds, only really one team in it. This is what you want to see. You know, this is now FlyQuest winning 5 out of the last 6 rounds coming through, right? The only one they lost, of course, being to that kind of full eco, pushing towards second mid. But that, it's been a very solid display. Gun rounds have only gone one way, and this is what we can see from the FlyQuest sides. This is how they can really beat the brakes off a couple of teams. So, Ozzy's playing some good Counter-Strike at the moment. Nade will chunk down Liazz, but he's not going to respect. He's going to continue going forward.
Really big round here, of course. FlyQuest can get this one. They will split the half down the middle at the very least. Pretty good showing out from their T side thus far. I'll continue to say really well managed. Boss with 4 on A. Other than that, it's been a rather quiet one. Utility comes over the top towards B, keeping attention there, but Boss are not moving. The smokes will come down, and Fang gets cold feet. Still close enough to the action to help out. It's a simple brackets control move thus far now. I think they'll go back in for a double pump.
And I think you're right. Smoke will come down from the CT side just to keep them at bay for now. And Fang gonna try and sneak his way forward and play around this. I do like the call. He might not check this as late. They are looking. They didn't clear it. He's full blind. Gonna get 2 for free. Dexter clears it, but only half. So he doesn't check the close corner. But it lets them down. It's a relay of misinformation that it was clear. And my God, it's falling apart. Down goes Alistair. Down goes Inns. And down goes the round in Boss's favor as FlyQuest left down to Liazz with it all to do. And he can't even get 1 for his troubles. Really good response on the Boss. And it all comes down to one little mishap, one little misplay. Not clearing long cubby effectively. And they both fall, and that's basically the round. Chalked up there.
Tough. Very, very tough indeed. You know, if he wasn't blind, hears them come in, finds that first, you never know. Second guy might have been in position to trade. I think that's ultimately what was happening. They were half expectant, but it's a bit difficult, isn't it? That first guy round can't really check the cubby. He should probably check the long corner. Obviously, they had that crossfire going anyway, so it would have been a difficult one to come out on top of, but the way that it panned out is pretty much impossible. Big nade damage to kick this one off as well, so Boss wanted to pick up where they left off before the freeze. Liazz has been a menace in the apartments. He's in and around that area once again, looking to do the same. Flash is good, but a little late, potentially. Vexi on the entries. Takes down the B defense. Create space for that bomb to go down. We'll keep our eyes on Liazz. It apparently seems he's been maybe annoying enough, maybe made a bit of noise over there because the rotators were glued to the spot. It's only Darty that started moving over, but the rest of the boss squad were not moving at all. So hardcore save here. FlyQuest back in.
Taking our lead and trying to see if they can guarantee it at the turn of the half. I mean, like we said, this has still been a really solid play all in all. Very few rounds being taken by Boss and the important ones. And if it wasn't for that strong start, this is actually an absolute massacre of a game so far, right? And this is the thing. I think Boss know it. They're under pressure. Things are being a little dicey for them. Liazz is still lurking around trying to find that ore, but sideswiped by Fresh. You'll get an upgrade of the AK-47. FlyQuest. Take a 6th. Couple of casualties, but it's not the end of the world. Final round of the half. Make it 7-5. They're sitting very happy. Even 6-all, I don't think they're too annoyed, in all fairness, FlyQuest, because they still know this game has primarily been, for the most part, theirs. I think the score is slightly misleading. Whilst haven't given us too much yet to be too happy about. Open play for Alistair. A quiet game from him, though, right? 2 and 5. Not had too many opportunities to make this AWP sink. PwnAlone on the other side has had a couple of nice openers with that AWP, and especially playing through apartments. He's kind of shotgun open it. He's getting proactive, and so far so good.
Oh, flashed off. Not taking the repeat. Playing things safe. They've actually bolstered up B, which I want to say is like the first time this half they've done that with rifles. Usually have been more A-centric here from both teams, to be fair. PwnAlone, close angle. Oh, gorgeous flash. Nothing he could do about that. Absolutely ruined. Freshie at the back end of the hay cart, which is now a van. Will look to return one back, but not quite the same success. He spotted out 2 or 3 here, so that'll call upon some rotation. Big find in from Darty. Actually down below, only good for the 1, and of course that Moto smoke keeps the rest of the A players out. Bomb going down, Molly, and a nade, and some spam. Ooh. To find a key frag. 2 versus 2, we're definitely on here.
Vexite's low. Absolutely a possibility. Vexite found 3 kills in the round. Once again, FlyQuest is still asking a little bit more out of him. That's how dire the situation feels. Do they clear up in towards Graveyard? It feels like they will. He's Fang checking for it. Liazz is a known quantity on the swing. Fang tagged, and there's one. Pistol pulled out, but thankfully Vexite kept alive. 4 kills to his name, and the youngster closes the half well. A lead for FlyQuest. Can they add to it? We'll have to see after the break.
Welcome back in, everybody. We are into the second half here, of course. I think you raised a really good point there in the break. I'm going to bring it up, to be fair.
Yeah,
now, the scoreline a little bit misleading. If anything, you know, Boss had the pistol, Boss had a anti-eco, or rather an eco for them, I suppose. And yeah, it's not really all that convincing when it comes to the rifle play.
I appreciate you giving me credit, man. Thank you.
No worries, no worries. I mean, it's a good point.
Yeah, do you know, the main thing is basically is that FlyQuest forced bought second round when they didn't get a bomb plant. So, you know, they lost that pretty convincingly, and before you know it, it fell apart. And coming back to the point we were talking about, Boss are really decent on pistols. They were yesterday. Ins, not going to clear. Oh my God, Fang, though, you've got to confirm that kill. Oh, that is tough to watch. Yikes. And that's put it into a 3 versus 3 now. And the bomb hasn't even already got a clear run of things with PwnAlone. That's a great tap. And Freshy looking for more heads as well. It's Vexite with it all to do. And he's running low on ammo as well. He's stuck.
This is sometimes what happens when chaos occurs, as it did in Banana there. You sort of run dry on information. You're not really sure what to expect. The bomb was like, you were ahead of it to the A-bomb site. Just a really, really weird game state comes in there. And unfortunately for FlyQuest, despite a hiccup from Boss in Banana, they just didn't know what was going on and got bested. I think they were expecting, like, the A-bomb site vulnerable, open. The bomb will be going down any second now. We got to get there as soon as possible, but just not the way that it was. Boss there. What would seem like misplay, what would seem like being in the wrong spot and a bit of a mistake actually works in their favor. And another force here from FlyQuest.
Yeah, man. This is the
things that make you go,
It's the thing that, like, you know, T-side, like, I can maybe give you a little bit of a leniency with. I really hate CT side force fires when you don't find the round. Because look at the bringing to the table, right? Upgraded pistols, barely even utility into the fray. It's like, what's the point, right? They can have a full buy next round, and even if this one was thrown away, the worst possible thing that happens is you maybe feed a Mach 10 and give them some kill bonus. You know, whoop-de-doo, right? Who cares? It's one of those things, for me, I don't understand the decision behind it. I never have. I do definitely I would like to, like, you know, speak to a couple of IGLs who go for it, like, you know, understand why Dex is called for this, because why would you not rather have rifles? Yes, you give up the lead and it's 7-all, but then surely you have a much higher percentage of taking it back on the gun round. And that's where you've done your best work. They've just seen that first half where their pistols and their force fires were poor, but their gun rounds were so good. So surely you want a gun round then as early as possible. But apparently not. Then again, if they win it, I can't really ask too many questions, right? I guess we'll have to wait and see. Freshy, he's gonna check and clear. Spotted by Alice. Alice gonna go try and get aggro here, and Alice overextends. Easy kill. Look at the time though. They're going so late towards B.
Yeah, this could get... Oh my God, very messy. The flashes are just super effective. Vexite, though, the first is troublesome. The second comes a bit easier. 2 versus 2 as the bomb gets planted. It's once again very, very chaotic. FlyQuest looking to win this one out. PwnAlone has advanced forwards with the Mach 10. Big kill from him. Great confident display. Leaves Ints alone. Oh, he doesn't quite finish off PwnAlone, but maybe. He's made it a bit easier. He's charging after him. And again... PwnAlone does a good job here. Great brain on him in this round. Finding that first on the post plant and setting up the second, just being the distraction. Darty makes it look easy.
Yeah, you know, again, right? They've found a few kills, yes, but for FlyQuest, it's not good enough. It's not going to facilitate an investment here. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm still coming back to my point and saying it again, right? I still don't understand why teams go for this. You'd much rather... They have M4s, FAMAS's, full belt to util of MP9s in this round here. And judging by how expensive they made it in that round there with pistols, maybe you could have got a couple of kills and... Yeah, who knows? But either way, it's going to be Boss taking a lead for free because FlyQuest have gifted it to them. And now FlyQuest having to once again play catch-up the same way they had to do in that first half. Just come back to saying, right, slightly misleading these score lines. But 2 kills apiece already isn't terrible.
Oh, in and out. Liazz. He wants that money on the Mach 10, though. Oh. Darty. Don't look away now. Oh, okay. He gets him. He gets him. That was a pretty dangerous fight, but he'll get it done. The lack of armor not really making a difference. Clean headshot. Vexite, speaking of clean headshots, around the fountain. This is a weird angle. Yeah, it does work on the contact, though, as Cryptic will spot the side of him, and that should be the round.
Dexter, I'm gonna look around, see if we can get anything at the tail end. But I very much doubt so. I mean, maybe with Darty being a little low, you could potentially find them if you can connect on a headshot. If anyone exits out through spawn, but they don't need to. They came in through banana. They may as well leave in that direction. Smoke fading. There's no real point saving if a Dexter. You've not got anything to save. So you may as well stick around and see if you can at least take one life to the grave with you. Might just get a chance. Gonna tag onto his Cryptic, but it's not enough. And that will be the round. Boss taking back a lead. Isn't bad here. Hey, decent work, it has to be said. This is a side who at least aren't giving up, and we saw against Big, they were able to make some of these games pretty close, but like you mentioned in the first half, and we'll mention it again now, right, and coming in towards this half, gun rounds is where FlyQuest did all the work. So will that be the same story here on the CT side? Boss, they've really got to try and change the tempo a little bit on some of these gun rounds. Get into the fight, get into the fray. Might just boost going up. Fang will go on high. A lot of damage into the molly. The Vex are going to get both. How is Fang not traded?
Having a rough one out here. Fang has had a couple of moments in this game. Freshie leading the way, though, as said in the first half, he has been so difficult to deal with in the apartments area, and it seems to be a second home for him. We all know a player like that on Inferno, I'll tell you that much. But he's finding good success. Gonna have to contact in. Lack of utility here now. One smoke available does not leave them a lot of options at all. Orp holding at long. Alistair trying to get himself on the board. But for that first, spotting out a second, and discipline to hold back. Not giving the advantage away with only 2 remaining and a minute left. Yeah, they really do not have a chance. The advance forward from FlyQuest should see it off. Freshie dinked out. It's got to be a save angle, really. Even that will be tough with only 40 seconds. He doesn't know where to look. But if he carries on that way, he should be able to get out of here with the 8.
Yeah, he should be fine. Should be. They are starting to make a little creep move as that smoke will fade. There might be a chance in which the Orb tries to have a little look around. Alistair is going to do exactly that. Is in his nature, he's quite an aggressive Orper. Pistol pulled out. I'm sure they've at least relayed some information that this guy is tagged. I just don't think they might not realize how low he is. Is there any point hunting? Not really. I think if you're FlyQuest there, you've actually got more to lose going for the hunt than to gain. There will be a buy regardless of Boston towards the next, even if that AK being saved or not. So I don't think it's really the worst thing in the world. But good thing is that it is saved, though. At the very least, it means that for Freshie, they have, for the most part, full rifles across the board. I think potentially, if they want their full bell to util, they might have to dip in towards the likes of a Mac-10 or Galil to facilitate the full bell. But bar that, they should have at least a couple more AKs in support. If not, 3 or so. And yeah, there we go, right? Mac-10 comes out, PwnAlone can get the util. Galil out of a Fang for the same thing. FlyQuest, similar story, similar narrative as that first half, though gun rounds have only really gone one way. Still remains quite a misleading scoreline as it's tied 8-all. Vexite playing aggro, playing around that smoke, and he's gonna find the first. Fang gets caught, and no trade either. That's a big, big kill to find for FlyQuest. Just completely untraded, and so much information that there's no one else playing banana just yet.
Yeah, now they have the control to go in a bit deeper as you see the Molotov comes in. Flash round as well, but Cryptic still catches the kill. Dexter trying to force the issue. He loses his life. Alistair on an angle here. Freshie not testing just yet. Boss, I think, will be counting their lucky stars that they were given the opportunity to even things up. They'll go back round for some banana control of their own. So a boost on the cards here. There is indeed, but no one on the receiving end of it. Smoke goes down. Slow roll back towards that B-bomb site. Very, very hard to call. I mean, even for us, are they looking A? Are they looking B? I think they themselves are just trying to send the feelers out and work with the info they're gathering.
Alistair Flash will force him off. He might stick around for the peak, though. He does, gets a kill, traded. At least the trade's good, but in this 3 versus 3, Vexite's a known quantity. His gun barrel just peeking out, and Cryptic on the creep finds a way up on towards B. How he snuck past Vexite initially, I have no idea.
It's that fountain angle. It's banned. Ban that fountain angle. We've seen it twice. I've not seen it all that often in my time in CS2. And twice now, it's been abused by contact. You know, they've just walked in, seen a barrel, and got an easy kill. So,
yeah.
No more fountain angle, guys. We gotta keep a little spot going. If you're the only one on B, I understand it's about surviving, etc. But both these teams trying to get away with really, really cheeky plays. Contact should not work that effectively. But yeah, they've both done it on their T side on B and found pretty good success. You gotta be jiggling in or in a position that gives you vision of the site. I don't know. The fountain angle is banned, though. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Again,
Observers saying no, and you're spot on, boys. We agree. We don't start nodding though. Okay, good. All right. It's just, yeah. Am I right in saying
it's not even wide enough, especially when you crouch.
Yeah.
Like you're too chunky, guys.
The thing is, am I right in saying it's different from Go? Like it's changed in terms of its width, right?
Oh, the fountain.
Yeah, no, but it's width, right?
Yeah.
Because of course, because it was quite a thin
it was like
hole.
It was like a little tube.
Yes, yeah.
Water thing in Go. You know, you could stand on top of it and like hide in the water.
Yes,
right?
yeah, a classic. The reason why I was thinking it is because, you know, it's something that we've only started to see recently, but I remember, yeah, it was like that kind of like that like 3-layered thing, but it was obviously there's kind of the gaps in the middle. Yeah, classic. But yeah, obviously it's an angle that's kind of come through, and I guess people are trying to change things up a little bit, but yeah, no, for me, it just never seems to work. I think if you're anchoring a site like B there, the absolute best way to play it is absolutely through CT, is the classic one, but maybe he's trying to be like, okay, well, they're going to expect me here. Yeah, or coffin, right? Because you want to give yourself the ability to fall away. That's the main thing. In a 3 versus 3, you want to give yourself the ability to, at the very most, buy time, but allow for rotations to come through.
CT is so goated. You sit CT, smoke comes in, and then one of the boys flashes.
It's beautiful.
And, you know, you get a triple kill. Like, come on, man.
If it ain't broke,
it is
don't
classic
fix
for
it.
Exactly.
Do not fix it.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm going to lose my head. Boss. Oh, take a round back and they're a lead up here. Opening kill there for Alistair. Like we said, you know, it has been a little quiet, Ali, but it's a good one to find. Finds it, falls away. Doesn't overplay. And the GOAT himself goes back to CT. Good position. Contact. It's an absolute favorite out of Boss, but the contact is less than adequate as Dexter finds a double.
We are pulling out all the sneaky angles in this game, it would seem. That one a bit more successful. Plant pot in line with his head, you know, makes him very difficult to headshot and get that quick trade. But obviously not expected in the off angle. A great time to bring it out as well, you know. This is one of the things, again, that feeds into the nuance of high-level play. You've got to have those cheeky moments at the right time, and you can see there's just no way for Boss to recover it. 2 in towards Pit. PwnAlone actually going to fake things out, but no real reason for Inns to take the fight. PwnAlone still wins it on the creep up. Let's see what he's got. 3 so far. An ace overall going to be required. He's expecting at least something from the library, the moto angle. Quick little flash towards short. Buy him some time. 1 from there, 1 from long. That's usually how it goes. But both coming in from shorts, and they will get the better of him. It's close. It is close. It's a nice effort from PwnAlone. Unfortunately, no support from the rest of the team means it is a FlyQuest W.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, Vexite absolutely playing incredibly right now as well. Having a great game for him. 18 to 13, but just the impact this guy is having is incredible thus far. Good work. That round starts off though as well with Alistair. Finding a kill deep down Banana. Boosted up half wall. Really important kill to find early, but it's Dexter's double here that does it all. It is normally a one-and-done angle, but the classic thing Boss love at the moment playing these contact plays. Just imagine a world where a standard long flash is thrown there. Dexter is going to get nothing in that round. And now for Boss, I do like that they're trying to be cheeky and try and change things up a little bit. But fellas, let's start dropping a bit of util, right? Let's start, you know, flashing yourself into some of these fights, because you're just giving FlyQuest opportunities. You can't rely on these guys to miss, because for the most part, they're not gonna. And either way, look what's left them with now, right? Double AK Galil and a Tech 9 Mac 10 buy, and the Tech 9 gonna get a kill. Oh, the trades are actually decent. Boss are getting good space.
It's true. It is true. Something a bit more forward-facing. We're seeing some key action within the first 30 seconds of a round, and it is something that you have to readjust to a little. Okay, new box I can live with. Again, it's easily mollyable. Vexite forced into a fight, but I don't think he had much option to drop back towards CT there. However, he's bought time. Ince comes round. Trades things down. Bomb plant. Nice and easy. There's a couple flashes available here. Alistair on the AWP is not really ideal moving into this B-bomb site, though. So a lot of the pressure going to be on the rifle. Or will it be no pressure on the rifle? Okay, no, we are still going for it. Smoke at Banana. A lot of time spent here, though. They'll have to burst in and move fast. So all the info going to be available to the boss boys. They are split and ready to go. Well-timed Molotov reveals one. The player at Dark, though, standing strong. No time. Oh, and PwnAlone gets a clean heady round the corner, too. Cool as a cucumber, double digits for the team.
I don't know, just a small, very, very small thing. I don't actually know. I want to see now that PwnAlone pick up the AWP at the end there because he was fist bumping. You know, he gets the kill, he starts fist bumping right. Nah, he didn't. It's like, you know, small thing. Not the biggest worry in the world. And
maybe they're not after it.
T's had AWPing Inferno is a little weird. It's a little weird. But yeah, timeout going to be called here by Boss. So Axed going to get on to the mic and see what he can do. Of course, decent experience as well. This guy, he was with, I think it was EGPA. I want to say off the top of my head, but don't quote me on that. He was one of the EG Academy teams. And do you know what? He seems to be quite a revered guy in the region in terms of what he's done. I think it was, oh, no. Yeah, it was EG Black. So I can't remember exactly which one that was off the top of my head. But yeah, honestly, a really decent kind of level of experience. He's been coaching for obviously for quite a while. So he gets on the mic trying to figure out how they can get kind of back into this. A FlyQuest as well. Good to see there. They've got a coach too, right? They got Urcast in the server. We were speaking about earlier about Mongolian talents. He at one point was one. It was a period where they didn't have a coach and it was a little weird. PwnAlone finds one. Let's get tagged.
I would be curious within the Oceanic region, Pacific region, what like a coach may well bring, especially to a team like FlyQuest.
Oh my God, that was close.
Was very ready, yeah, to turn the commentary back to the game, but not quite over the line. Because I feel like, you know, especially an IGL like Dexter that's been around that scene for such a long time, come over into EU, surely in the past he's done a lot of the heavy lifting, a lot of the doubling up as IGL and, you know, anti-stratting, and I'm sure a lot of other IGLs, even at the top level, even with coaches, you know, Carrigan, for example, has not necessarily left all that to the coach. It's not like the coach has been the mastermind behind these teams. So I would be curious as to, you know, is it a bit of weight off the shoulders? Is it a bit of man management? Is it just an extra pair of eyes, an extra brain? Or has Urcast come in and said, yo, I'm gonna overhaul everything, you know, I'm gonna watch you guys for a bit and then we're gonna redesign this team. So I would be very curious in a region like this. That again, you talk about authors, coaches surely have got to be very, very rare. Especially at a decent level of experience. Yeah. I think Urcast is actually a fantastic pick.
You know, for me, my assumption, kind of having seen him in the past, is that he comes in as one of those sort of anti-strat type kind of coaches. Obviously, his playing tenure he was around for a while, right? He even played on Greyhound way back when. I think this is like just coming tail end of COVID. It must be like 2019, 2020. He was playing on them for like a little bit. An NKT as well, I think, before he kind of decided to go into the coaching role. And yeah, I think for me, the assumption is that he does bring a lot of the counter-stratting. Fang. Dropped. PwnAlone. Now holding. She will flash, but not really too much of an issue just yet. And Alistair actually not playing with the AWP in terms of his fight here. It's just about dropping a Molotov, or it seems at the very least, and then trying to bait them into fights on side. They got a mean little crossfire. You got Liazz playing on Baug. Got Inz out towards Long as well. This nade could do a chunk here. Could do a hell of a lot, and it does. Cryptic and Darty take big tags as they start to creep up towards A.
Beautiful setup here as well. Oh, Alice with a nice spot, but he crosses back over. At least there is a trade there, but yeah, it's I get dodgy now. Liazz, they know that he's around. They know that he's alone in theory. Flash comes over, totally ineffective, total misread on where he's at. Big nade damage coming out as well, so this is not going to be easy. Flash over for Dexter to work with, surely cleans up house, and he does indeed. Keeping things close. The Inferno, certainly not a breeze, but FlyQuest will stay hot on the heels.
This is a good game of Counter-Strike at the moment, and the storyline's actually massively changed. That first half, you know, that 7-5, we were saying for FlyQuest, actually bulk of the gun rounds, kind of, you know, one-way traffic. It was all FlyQuest. Boss weren't really doing all too much. They won that one eco with the USPSs to sort of break up what was a really good streak out of the Aussies. Anything but on the C side. Boss are now really starting to bring their own, right? These gun rounds for them have been clean. They have started to showcase what they've got to work with. The only issue is that now they don't have a gun round. One Deagle, Glocks, and a double flash. It's going to be a pop towards A. They just want to try and prioritize a bomb plant. There's 3 players here ready to meet them. Alistair being a bit of trouble. Gets one, a second. Has the support as well. Him and Liazz are starting to clean up. He goes back in for a fight with the USPS, tapping away. So much damage dealt. And the Glock's put to bed this time. That low buy not being effective. 11 all. Getting the full rounds in regulation here in this opening map. And this is what we were saying earlier, right? You know, against Big Boss. There may be a side that I think a lot of people would have overlooked. No organization. You know, recent changes and all the rest. But these guys do actually play pretty good Counter-Strike.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. You know, and it's something that you hope continues. You hope that they stick together. It is obviously tough. You gotta earn a living at the end of the day. Cool names and cool logos ain't gonna pay the bills, you know? So stay winning, I suppose, is the way to do it, but ultimately we're not quite sure how long the recent additions are going to be in here. Seems at the moment, from what I've read, from what I've seen, that they're sort of half standing, half testing the water. And maybe a tournament like this gives them belief in the team.
Dexter, bot flashed in. Nobody spotted. Just up a Molotov and an 8 setup as well, just to try and maximize the damage and also slow anybody down if they were there. Fang now starting to burn. He was holding, waiting at the possibility. And eventually, Amoli does catch up to him. He's pretty damn low now. This could be everything, right? This could be the round. If FlyQuest find this, it feels like they probably get a bit of a 2-for-1 special. It would break the econ out of Boss. There's the first. And he doesn't overplay his cards. He dips away, and the spam from Vexite is good. This could be the most important round, that they might just be about to get it, as Vexite makes it a 3v5. He's sticking around for the fight, and I think he realizes the creep play is a potential last man dropped. And in probably the most important round of this map, FlyQuest find it flawlessly. And Boss have basically nothing left in reserves. And no bomb plant either. Oh, they're going to be left reeling.
Just too telegraphed, isn't it, really? You know, I think they worked Banana a little, but didn't really draw much attention or make FlyQuest work. Just a tit for tat in terms of the utility, and I think also FlyQuest getting used to the idea that Boss are not really executing B, not really going for B finishes. It's going to be a rush straight into the B bomb site here, though. Dexter ready for it, double kill. Advantage there for Vexite with a molly. Oh, the flash, super effective, but he's able to get away, and there's still support in on the site itself. I would get that smoke down. It's actually flashes that he's going for. Ince wants to take the fights, and you can see why. He'll finish it off all by himself. 3-piece for the 13-11. FlyQuest, it was hard. It was difficult. But Boss, again, you have to feel for this team. They come so close. They can't convert. They can't get it over the line. Probably the unluckiest team that we have had thus far in EPL. They will indeed not be expected.